camera backwards. There we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Sunday, 22nd, I think. I think it's 22nd. Sunday, 7 o'clock. Time for your weekly live fishing report. Hey, thanks for everybody that's going to tune in, being here, just watch it in the future. Whatever you're doing, hey, man, I appreciate it. As always, thanks for being here. Well, we got a few people here. How's everybody doing? Merry Christmas. I won't, obviously, I won't see any of you on Christmas. That's apparent, but I wish you Merry Christmas anyway. It's just a few days away. So I wanted to start off tonight by reading some names of some of the new subscribers. I like to do this from time to time. Just welcome everybody in. And some of these people, I go through, if they got a channel, I like to go through and check out their channels. This camera's a little off, I think. Hey, Lee, how are you? Merry Christmas back to you. Leroy's here, the owner, operator, Purple Taco, Fly Supply. He's here. If you got any questions, comments, anything, just say hi to him. He's here. Say hello. It's great to have him here. He's been tuning in the last couple Sundays, just if anybody had anything to say. It's cool that he's here. But anyway, I was saying, some of the new subscribers I'd like to read off, and I do, if they got a channel, I like to go through. Hey, Jack, Merry Christmas back to you, man. I like to go through and check out their webs, or not their websites, their channels. And some of these people actually got pretty cool channels. So if you get a sec, check them out. Anyway, welcome to these new subscribers. This is just over the last week or two, maybe. Jeff Reynolds, Kenneth Magnuson. I missed that comment, whatever that was. I'm sorry. If you want to repost it, or I'll always go back and check comments after the video. And if I miss anything, especially if it was a question, I will go back through and I'll always answer any questions. But Michael Coutreau, and if I say any of these names wrong, guys, gals, I apologize. Joshua Reeves, JCR Services, Brian Rickson, and Bruce West. Hey, Clyde, Merry Christmas to you. Welcome these new subscribers. What you ask for Santa? I didn't ask for anything, man. I probably don't deserve anything, to be honest with you. Yeah, actually, I'm getting a great gift next spring. I shook a guy's hand on a new boat for next spring, a Tiara, a 31-foot Tiara, or a 31 open Tiara. Beautiful boat. That's my plan for the next spring, next summer, next fall. Start chartering, start my own charter service, guide service. So I'm. Hey, Greg, Merry Christmas back to you. So I'm well ahead of the game. I don't deserve anything for Christmas. Yeah, I got. And friends, family, all that. I got all that. I got health. I'm thankful for all those things, knock on wood. So yeah, Merry Christmas back to everybody that's wishing me Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's having a great holiday season. Hey, Jason, Merry Christmas back to you. It's great to have every one of you here. Have a great season. Be safe, everything. But anyway, let's get into tonight's fishing report. And for you guys just jumping on, Lee from Purple Taco is here. If you got anything you want to ask him or just say hello, he's here. He's watching the comments. Some guy, I forget who it was, a guy last week asked for a recipe. And Lee's got that recipe. He and I talked about it a little bit. But if, hey, Corey, hello, everybody. Hey, thanks, Corey. If I forget who it was, and I apologize. If you're tuning back in and you're here, either email me, christangletackel@gmail.com. I can get you that recipe, or get a hold of Lee somehow. His website is on his website. His email is on his website, purpletacoflysupply.com. We'll get you that recipe that you wanted. Hey, John, Merry Christmas back to you, man. All right, where was I going? I have no idea. Oh, fishing report. That's what this thing's all about, right? All right. Ice is starting to form around here. Some of the bigger lakes, like Portage here next to me, has ice along, the inlets, the small areas, starting to get like 3 to 4, probably 3 to 5 inches at best. Some people I've talked to down south, Hamlin, same thing. In the larger areas, the deeper areas, it's not forming up yet. But in the smaller, in the coves and the bays and whatnot, there's pretty decent ice. I talked to a good friend up at Lake Leelanau. He says the Narrows up there has 4 to 5 inches of ice on that, and they're getting pretty good walleye up there at Lake Leelanau right now in the Narrows. And sounds like jigging and tip-ups have been the best up there. So that's great. Great early season walleye. I don't know Lake Leelanau. My nose is running. It's cold down here in the basement. I apologize. but I don't know Lake Leland all that well. But he said if you're familiar with it, or if you just ask around, you can find out where the Narrows are. Here on Portage Lake, talked to a few people. Some bluegill being caught, like I said, in the shallower water, some of the flats, some of the inlets. No perch yet. The perch are going to be out a little bit deeper this time of year, and the ice just isn't going to be great to get out there. Haven't heard anything yet on perch. I'm sorry, on pike or walleye yet around here, but that's pretty status quo for when you got early ice. Manistee Lake, nothing really going on much there yet. Still, the ice is a bit sketchy, so be careful. Hamlin Lake, like I said already, the inlets, the bays. There's a lot of bayous down in Hamlin Lake and inlets and whatnot. Those ice up pretty quick. They got pretty decent ice on them from what I heard, but please be careful anyway. And people are getting pretty decent panfish down that way. So it's starting. It's definitely starting. That's cool. How many people we got here? I can't tell. So that's ice fishing in a nutshell right now. Nothing really crazy going on, but it's starting. Some good pan fishing going on anyway, at least beginning to. Within this warm-up we had over this weekend, 20 people. Thanks, Tim. With this warm-up that we had over the weekend, guys, just be careful if you're going out. A lot of that ice is going to honeycomb. It's going to melt. It's going to refreeze, and it can get real sketchy in spots. Just be careful. But I think within a couple of weeks, we should have some much better ice, and the season should be in full swing. River fishing, not much going on. If you guys checked out my river video, hey, Bob. Hi, hey, Bobcat's here. Bob, if you see him right there, he actually works at Tangle Tackle here in Manistee. Great guy. Great to have him here also. If you ever go in there and you see Bob, that's who's on right now. River fishing, about the same as I put out a video about a week ago. If you haven't checked that out, if I remember, hey Johnny, Merry Christmas back to you. If I remember, I'll throw a link up here. You can check out that video, but it's about the same as what was going on then is what's going on now. A little bit slow. It's still a bead bite, and it sounds like it's been a bead bite for several weeks. Plugs aren't doing much, and 1 to 2 fish per trip. Up by Rainbow Bend, Coho Bend, up towards those areas has been the best. So that's it in a nutshell. River fishing, ice fishing, not much going on. The wheels are starting to turn though. It's going to get better, I have no doubt. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Hey Earl, Merry Christmas back to you. Have a safe season also, my friend. Please. All right, so in the last video, I threw out there that Best Lure Company are looking for some field testers, something we've been talking about with them. Had a bunch of responses. If you haven't yet, check out last week's fishing report last Sunday. And all you got to do on that is just throw a comment on that video, just saying you want to be possibly part of that. I'll go through in a couple of weeks and I'll pick out 10 people and I'll get these plugs out to you. We've got a couple plugs to send out, maybe more, and I'll get you some criteria set up on how we're going to test them. And really, they're just looking for somebody to test them over. Test them over next season. Big lake, river fishing, inland lake, pike, walleye, bass, whatever you guys do, test them out. Just run the heck out of them and gives honest feedback. If you're willing to give honest feedback, don't kiss butt in any way. You know what I mean? If they didn't work for you, it's not going to help them if you're not honest. I hope that makes sense to everybody. Just don't say they're the greatest things in the world, because that doesn't do a bit of good for anybody. If they didn't work, or there's something about them you didn't like, or there's something about them that you loved, just be honest, and that's what we're looking for, honest feedback. All right, so if you're willing to do that, hop on last week's video, throw me a comment in there, just with your name and a little bit about maybe where you fish and how you fish, what you fish for, and like I said, in a couple weeks I'll go through, I'll pick people out for that. All right. Not getting many comments on here. Am I coming through okay? Just throw me a thumbs up or something. Let me know that the Wi-Fi is working. Because all of a sudden we went completely quiet. Sometimes that happens. All right, where was I? All right, Corey, thanks, man. Thanks, guys. Loud and clear. Sweet. A few weeks back, if you go on my channel, working well. Cool, thanks, guys. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Jack. If you go on our channel and if you go on our community section, every now and then I'll throw up a poll. Are we looking for them to be run? Any way you want, Earl. any way you want. Cast them, troll them, jig them. I do whatever you want with them. Run them as you would run anything else. Your call. Completely up to you. Just be honest on the feedback. Anyway, if you go in the community section on our channel here, a few weeks back I posted a poll on plugs, and I was looking for feedback on what's your favorite type of plugs. And I'm going to run that still. We only got maybe about 50 people that chimed in on that. I'm looking for a little bit bigger sampling size. I'm just curious what everybody's favorite plug is out there. And if you want, you can leave a comment there, what your favorite color is, favorite size, whatever. If I don't have the plug that you love listed on the poll, you can leave that comment down below. And from time to time, I'll throw polls up like that. What's your favorite flasher fly? Favorite spoon? Things like that. And it just gives everybody an idea. Maybe they'll get on there and they'll see something that they've never heard of before, like Lyman lures. I've never run a Lyman lure, but I had some comments on there about Lyman lures being their favorite plugs. And the more I look into it, it seems like a lot of people love those Lyman lures. I know they're huge up in Canada, but that's something, that I'm not familiar with. But people can get on there and they can see things. Wonder Bread number 4 J plug. Yeah, that's a good one. You're not kidding. That is a good one. But people can get on there and they can see those things. They go, that's something new. Maybe I'll give that a rip. If it works for this person, it might be worth trying. So anyway, if you get a chance, jump on that poll. Throw your vote on there. I'll give it a couple more weeks to run, and then I'll announce the winners. Ace High. Yeah, I love Ace Highs also. Whitewood Dots Lyman. Man, I got to get my hands on some Lyman lures. Everybody seems to love those things. I know somebody said these best lures are quite a bit like Lyman lures. And these are all wood, hand carved. I don't know if they're hand carved, but they're carved out of wood. Plugs. So I'm really looking forward to running these next time. I got a list here, guys. If I don't write things down, I forget. So bear with me, please. My buddy, a few weeks back, moonshine. Yeah, I love moonshines too. A few weeks back, I asked you guys keep your eyes open for a boat for my buddy. Call off the search. He found one. He's put a down payment on a 33 Open, a Tierra 33 Open for next year. He seems to like it quite a bit. Thinks it's going to clean up really well. He's going to rig it up his style. And he'll be back on the water next year. So thanks for all the information that you guys sent me on boats. That was cool. I threw the need out there, and you guys did not disappoint. All right, so I got a email a couple days ago. A guy saw a Michigan Out of Doors show in the last couple weeks or this week, and he had a couple questions on a couple things they were talking about. And it looks like they just went out like the beginning of December out of Manistee here. Actually, a buddy of mine, Mark Schmurr, was on the boat with them. They took a charter out and they went offshore for steelhead fishing. The guy wanted me to talk a little bit about, they were talking about a couple things. And one thing he wanted me to kind of elaborate on was the bank or the shelf and what that is. So for those of you that don't know, and I know this is next summer stuff, but this is always good to know these things, because if I never knew these things until I started asking around years and years ago. So the bank or the shelf, and people call it different things here. Bank, shelf, whatever else they call it. It generally runs all the way from Ludington up to almost Arcadia. And all it is a drop off out there. And it's just structure. And you guys know fish love structure. And if you look at the Great Lakes, most of the bottom's pretty flat, gradual tapers or whatnot. But the shelf or the bank, whatever you want to call it, is a pretty severe drop off. And that's where the fish like to congregate. So out of Manistee, it usually starts about 3 to 3.25 miles out. Ludington, it's a little bit closer in. You get up by Arcadia and Onekama, it changes up there as well. But you can look on any map and you can see those drop-offs. So if you ever hear anybody talking about the bank or the shelf or something along those lines, that's what they're talking about. And that structure holds fish. And that's why it's such a popular area. That's why this area, Ludington up to Arcadia, is so popular for salmon fishing, because it holds fish. I remember back when there were gill nets out there. I used to fish around those gill nets. I had a bunch of charter buddies that fished around those because it's structure, and fish love structure. And we lost some gear in those, and a bunch of my buddies lost gear in those nets. But boy, did they hold fish around them. So if you find things like that, it's a good thing to key in on. And it doesn't have to be a giant bank or a shelf or a drop off. Just small things. Sometimes small, subtle things on the bottom, changes on the bottom, really hold fish. I got a couple spots off Onekama that I've worked for years. They never get taken out of my GPS. I've worked them for years, and they always hold fish, and they're tiny. I mean, I don't know. I guess quarter mile by quarter mile is not really tiny, but by Great Lakes standards, if you look at the big picture of the Great Lakes, yeah, that's fairly tiny, but it holds fish almost every day. So anyway, that's the bank or the shelf in a nutshell. And then he also had a question about offshore fishing, and that's a whole different animal, and I'll get into that. Whoa, caught fish around it. What about? Yeah, you that structure, man. If there's structure, fish will be around it. Offshore fishing is a whole different animal. I'll get into that on a different video. There's just way too much to it. But a couple really good questions sent in to me by that viewer regarding that Michigan Out of Doors that just aired. Actually, you can go on YouTube and look it up. Michigan Out of Doors is their channel, and they actually got a couple really good things on there. I haven't watched that show. I used to watch it when I was a kid, back when Fred Trost, was that his name? Trost, I think that's it. When he used to run that show, I used to watch that thing religiously as a kid, but I don't watch it much anymore. Anyway, all right. I think that's it as far as stuff I wanted to get out there, my list. All right, so it's Christmas, and I'm in the Christmas spirit. I love to give away things, so I went through and I grabbed a bunch of stuff, and I want to give these things away to you guys. One person, I'll give it away to one person. One person as a Christmas gift. All you got to do, you guys don't have to subscribe, you don't have to email me or anything. Just leave a comment down below. If you want to like the video, I appreciate that also. The more likes and thumbs up, even the thumbs up that we get on these live videos, the more we get on those, the more the videos get pushed out, and it does help our channel. Leave a comment down below. Just leave a holiday message of some type, and I'll go through in a couple days. I'll go through on Christmas, and I'll do a randomizer, and I'll pick out the winner. So what I'm going to give this one winner, I've got a Dreamweaver 8-inch Dragon Slayer Spin Doctor. I've got a Dreamweaver Pickled Sunshine Meat Rig. I got a brand new Costa hat. I'll give away a Best Lure Plug. I'll give away some Costa Sunglass Keepers. I got 3 or 4 of them here. And I got a couple of they're not in the package, but they're brand new Dreamweaver Super Slims. I got a Spotted Magic Man with an orange back, talking about offshore fishing. That thing is lights out for offshore. And what is this thing? A Pink Slurpee or something like that? Or Slurpee, I forget what the name of that is. But another outstanding steelhead spoon right there. So leave a comment down below on Christmas. I'll go through, I'll randomize. Thanks, Jeff. I'll randomize a comment. I'll pick somebody out. I'll send all this stuff to you after the new year. And, yeah, I just feel like giving something away. It's the spirit, I guess. The holidays. Tim, Merry Christmas to all. Hey, Tim. Nice of you. Thank you, sir. But just so you guys know, the comments that you leave right now on the live video, I don't think they transfer down below. So make sure to leave another comment after this video is over, after it gets posted permanently. All right. So I got thinking about a couple things, and I could sit here all night and just ramble on, but I would love it if you guys out there would just, if you got something you want me to talk about, I don't have to use your name or anything, but if you got a topic, shoot it to me on an email, christangletackle@gmail.com. If I don't know the answer, there's many things I don't know the answer to. I can always ask around, and I can find out answers. Shoot me an email, or if you want to leave a comment down below on a topic that you want to talk about, I'll take a look, and I'll always do my best to talk about it on the upcoming videos. I like to do that for you, for anybody out there. So, yeah, give me that info. Happy to help. If nobody else says anything, we're at just over 19 minutes. I've rambled on. Guys, have a great holiday. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a safe New Year. Be safe. Enjoy your family. And just take time. No, my dogs are barking. Maybe my wife's home. Night bite. Night bite. Yeah, that's a good topic. That's not an easy one, but yeah, it's a good topic. Yeah, it sounds like my wife's home. I gotta tell you this. I am lucky. My wife, she makes Christmas so easy for me. She loves to do the shopping. I don't know if she loves it. I shouldn't say that. She does the shopping. She gets the gifts. She wraps them. She makes she is a heck of a cook. She makes a great Christmas dinner every year. I can't say thanks enough about that. I am truly lucky. in those areas. So anyway, if you're in that same boat as I am, consider yourself very lucky. I know I am. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. J plugs to the left line or so. Good question. Yeah, we'll talk about those in the next video then. Keep sending those comments. Like I said, they don't transfer. So email them to me or put them down below, or I'll go back through and I'll look at them. We'll talk about those things on the next video next Sunday. Is that going to be next year or is that the week after? Whenever. It doesn't matter. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe and take care.